Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hey, I got several things I need to talk about on this video tonight. Alright, first I did some sticker swaps. Well, I did one sticker swap and then a buddy of mine sent me one of his new stickers. Let's look at them. The first one comes from my buddy Jason out there in Missouri. Ozark boy. Ain't that a cool sticker, y'all? But I got one of these other stickers over there somewhere. I know I got one of his old stickers because I've had one forever. There it is, up there at the top, the blue one. Right there. Right there. But, got a new one. Jason sent me a new one. And I got some new stickers that I just got. I'll be sending them out to some folks here before too long. But then the second one was a sticker swap. And it was with Brother Tim over at Bearded Knife Guy. He got some cool stuff, y'all. Got red, white, and blue there. It's got a scripture down here, Isaiah 6:8, down there on the knife blade. If you can see that. But that's some cool stickers. There's Isaiah 6:8 on that one too. See it there? Bearded. Well, if I didn't hit it with my finger. Bearded Knife Guy. Ain't that cool? That's a cool sticker. Alright, y'all. Let's see. And he sent me a good note here. I'm not going to read it on here. And then, let's see. Started kind of with a little new hobby, y'all. I've been wanting to do this for a long, long time. Just had not pulled the trigger to buy the tools to do it. So I finally decided to do it. So I started making something. Well, this was the very first one I made. And it turned out okay. The only problem with this is I ain't never worked with leather in my life. Never. So I ordered some leather. Well, I think that they sent me the wrong leather. That's what I think. I was going to send it back, then I decided to keep it because I'm sure I'll use it for something in the future. But let me show you something. I bought this. It's supposed to be 4 to 5 ounce veg tan leather. Okay? Well, let me show you something. Here's why I know it's way too thin. It's way less than that. It's probably 2 to 3 ounce. I contacted Brother Stephen. We know Brother Stephen, Sanctified Leather. One of the best out there doing it, in my opinion. All right. And I got 2 slips from Stephen right here. And he tells me he uses 4 to 5 ounce. And he settled on, depends on where you get the leather from. If you get it from Rocky Mountain, you can have them split it. And they'll split it down to exact. Stephen said that he settled on like 4.5 ounces. All right. Let me see if you can see that. See what the thickness of that is? Let's compare it. See the thickness of Stevens compared to what? The one I made with the leather that I bought? This leather that I bought is way, way thinner than 4 to 5 ounce. But that's okay. I got a buddy right up the road that has done all kind of leather work, makes holsters and all kind of stuff, belts, all kind of stuff. Anyway, he had some leather and he told me to stop by there and he gave me 2 pieces of leather. Well, one of them I'm pretty sure is about 4 to 5, maybe 5 to 6 ounce. And the other one's a little heavier than that. Well, I made some sheaths out of both of them. They work. Let me show you what I made. But actually, too, Brian at Brian's Knives, me and him and Dwayne from Clark's Kentucky Knives pretty much text every day, multiple times a day usually. And Brian texted me the other day because he started doing some leather work, and he said, hey, he said, Dwayne gave me a whole box of leather scraps. He said, would you like to have some of them? And I was like, yeah, but, you know, don't cut yourself short on them. Make sure you keep plenty. He said, I will. So him and Miss Heather were going to Tandy Leather the other day. And he asked me if I wanted to meet him or whatever, or if he wanted to stop by and drop it off or whatever. Well, I had to go down to a little town here pretty close and get some stuff for Miss Jenny. By the way, Miss Jenny had surgery last Friday. She's doing pretty good, but I've been staying home with her. I took some PTO time, and I'm staying home with her trying to help her. But I was able to get in here. You know, she's sitting in there in the chair just taking it easy. So I came in here and did some of this leather. Anyway, I had to go to Dry Ridge to get some stuff for her. And I just met Brian and his wife, Miss Heather, down there. And he gave me this leather. Well, they had Miss Jenny a little bouquet of flowers and a card and all that. Awful nice of them, and thank them. But anyway, I got this leather. This is a piece of the leather that was in the scrap stuff. And I already been carrying it. And I already got some tinder on it where I don't know what I did. I might have dropped it or something. Carrying a trapper. Pretty much always got a trapper with me. So I made that one. I'm learning, y'all. Some of these dudes way, 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 way better than I am, but I'm learning. I made that one. Put that green thread in there specifically for that lizard skin. I think it turned out pretty good. I might have should have went with a little darker. This is saddle tan dye that I put on this one. I could have went a little darker because I got some darker. Anyway, I made that one. Then I made this one. Tried that little stitch that Steven does. Man, he's good. Steven is phenomenal. But anyway, tried that a little bit. I think they turned out okay. This is a dark brown tan on this one. And this is just veg tan. But you can see, man, it's way, this is some that my buddy gave me here. And it's way, way thicker than that little bitty thin stuff that I bought. I mean, it's thin, y'all. And I'm sure there's a lot of stuff I could use it for. At some point in the future here, I'm going to build me a wallet at some point. But that's the one I made for my PB&J. I think it matches pretty doggone good there. That darker dye matches that PB&J pretty daggone good. And it works. You know, and I like them. I've said before, I like them that are completely covered, especially if it's a nicer knife like the PB&J or the lizard skin or whatever that I want to keep in pretty good shape. I like them completely covered, where they're even the end of the bolsters are not getting banged up and beat up or whatever. You know, you can squeeze this. And these are tight because I've just now made them, but it'll come out there. They'll break in. Anyway, then I made just some fold over like that. Copper lock fit in that one. I made it a little thinner than, but I made several of them. I made this one out of thinner stuff, and it'll fit my little peanut butter and jelly mini trapper. Fits right down in there. Put the purple thread on it too for the mini trapper, for the PB&J. Anyway, that's what I've been doing, y'all. Been playing with some of this leather stuff, and I didn't actually make this from scratch, but let me see if I can find this knife. I bought this knife to, and I still got some work to do in cleaning it up and stuff, y'all. But I bought this Russell Green River Works blank, or blade, I should say, and I bought some scales. This is the first one I ever tried, y'all. It ain't perfect. It ain't near perfect, but it's all right. Bought the pins to put in it and all that, and glued it all up and epoxied it together. Anyway, this sheet that they recommended came with it, but man, this thing was like that much longer, you know, and that much wider. I got to looking at it and I'm like, man, I can make this thing way better than that. So I cut the stitching out of it, and I think I threw the piece away that, yeah, I think it's already gone out to the garbage the other day. But anyway, I cut probably that much off that sheath and trimmed it around there, and I repunched all the holes and restitched it, burnished the edge. It ain't perfect by no means, but y'all, I'm just getting started in this, and I'm liking it pretty good. I stained it. It's just a natural veg tan. You know, I put the welt back in it. Made my own welt and put back in it because I didn't want the other one that had all them holes and stuff in it already. I wanted mine to line up good. So anyway, I cut all that off. I repunched all that. It ain't exactly perfect. It's a little thin right there. You know, I didn't keep the edge exactly perfect right up through there. But you know what, y'all? It'll work. And it's way, way better than it was. Because this knife just fits down in there. Right there, it's bottomed out good. Way better. Anyway, I'm liking messing with this leather, y'all. I don't plan on selling any slips or anything like that, probably. I might in the future if I get better. I do have some better leather coming in. I ordered some from Rocky Mountain. It'll probably be here, I don't know, next few days. I got a bunch cut out over here from some of that scrap that I'm gonna play around with. It's all different kind of stuff, y'all. It'll be all mixed up. It'll be the one color probably on the front, one color on the back, whatever. There's two match pair, and it's really thin. But just stuff I'm gonna play with, y'all. These are gonna be two-piece instead of the fold over like you see most people are making. Steven makes, which his stuff is phenomenal, y'all. He's really, really good. But, you know, and that's the kind that I made there, just the fold over. But these will be two-piece, where you got one different piece on the front, one different piece on the back, and they'll be stitched around, whatever. Anyway, get some experience in doing them. I do have some cut out of the heavier leather that my buddy gave me. I'm gonna try them. They're pretty thick though, but they'll work. They're just gonna be pretty thick, you know, but they'll work when I get them glued up. That glue that I'm using, it's barge, but it doesn't have that whatever that awful stuff they say is toluene or toluene. This is stuff supposed to be really dangerous in the other. You shouldn't breathe it and all that. Anyway, I bought all kind of stuff, y'all. Bought thread, obviously. That's Tiger Ritza thread. Bought several kind of tools and all that kind of stuff. Some of the stuff I had, just like a leather punch and some stuff like that, you know, razor knife to cut the leather. Had that kind of stuff. ice pick. I bought one at the 127 yard sale, remember? I looked in my toolbox. This was my daddy's. Forgot all about having it. Anyway, enjoying this leather. It's a lot of fun so far. Kind of relaxing when you get in here. I'm learning. There's a lot to learn, I promise you that. Of course, YouTube is your friend. If you want to learn how to stitch leather and you want to learn how to do saddle stitching, look up Nigel Armitage on YouTube. He's across the pond, but that old boy knows his leather stuff. He is really good, and he's a really good teacher, and he's got like 4 videos to show you how to saddle stitch. I just know the very, very basics, but I learned most of it from him. Anyway, y'all, thank you for watching, and I'm going to do another video and drop it pretty quick here on the 10-day trapper challenge. Y'all know I'm always packing a trapper, so I'm going to do that challenge. Anyway, y'all go over and check out Bearded Knife Guy. If you haven't subscribed already, look at him, subscribe to him. Good guy, good Christian man. And then I got to look up the fella. I just subscribed to him because I was watching Brother Randy over at George Adventure. I was watching his video about the 10-day trapper challenge. But the young man that started it, I'm going to have to look up his name and all that, and I'll put it in the video when I do the trapper challenge. All right? All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Till we see y'all again, God bless you.